everybody, well, welcome to my channel.
Elaine May is one of those artists who feels like a secret handshake among film lovers. You mention her name and anyone who knows instantly lights up. She's a writer, director, comedian, actor, and all-around razor-sharp mind who helped redefine American comedy and then quietly shaped some of Hollywood's smartest films. She first blew up in the late 1950s and early 60s as half of the comedy duo Nichols and May, alongside Mike Nichols. Their vibe was cool, brainy, and wickedly dry. They didn't rely on slapstick. They dissected human behavior with this sly, almost surgical wit. They became a sensation, did Broadway, hit the charts with their albums, and basically set the tone for modern sketch comedy. Then May pivoted to filmmaking, where she showed she wasn't just funny but dangerous in the best way. Her directorial debut, A New Leaf, 1971, is this pitch-perfect dark comedy about a spoiled rich guy plotting to marry and murder a woman played by May herself. After that came The Heartbreak Kid, 1972, a painfully funny look at ego, desire, and the dumb choices people make in the name of self-interest. And then Mikey and Nicky, 1976, a gritty, emotional gut punch disguised as a mob movie, starring John Cassavetes and Peter Falk. That one didn't get its flowers until much later, but now it's considered a classic. People often mention Ishtar, 1987, when they talk about her career, usually with a dramatic gasp. It was infamous at the time for going over budget and getting shredded by critics, but in the years since, a lot of folks have reassessed it as genuinely clever and unfairly maligned. Classic Elaine May. Misunderstood in the moment, beloved later. Even beyond her directing, she's been a quiet powerhouse in screenwriting. She worked on Heaven Can Wait, Tootsie, and later Primary Colors, showing up behind the scenes and sharpening films with her impeccable sense of character and rhythm. What makes Elaine May so special is that she's fearless about human flaws. Her characters are messy, selfish, anxious, petty, hopeful, and heartbreakingly real. She doesn't judge them. She just lets them expose themselves. Her comedy isn't about punchlines, it's about truth. She's received more recognition later in life, including an honorary Oscar, which felt like Hollywood finally remembering to send a thank you note. Elaine May. A sharp-witted icon who changed American comedy and cinema, Elaine May has long been one of the most quietly influential figures in American entertainment. A multi-hyphenate talent whose intelligence and comedic instinct reshaped both the stage and the screen. Though she spent much of her career resisting the spotlight, her work remains unmistakable. Darkly funny, psychologically precise, and fearless in its examination of human contradictions. A breakout voice in smart comedy, May first came to prominence in the late 1950s as one half of the groundbreaking comedy duo Nichols and May, alongside Mike Nichols. Their partnership was a phenomenon, built on lightning-fast improvisation, sly social satire, and the kind of chemistry that only happens when two brilliant minds meet at the perfect moment. Their recordings became bestsellers, their Broadway run drew raves, and their sketches helped define modern American comedic sensibility, urbane, literate, and sharply observed. A director with a singular vision in the 1970s, May stepped behind the camera, bringing her elegant wit and deep understanding of human behavior to film direction. Her debut, A New Leaf, 1971, cast her opposite Walter Matthau in a darkly whimsical story about greed and obliviousness. Critics praised its sophistication and charm, setting the tone for her unique voice as a filmmaker. She followed with The Heartbreak Kid, 1972, a biting look at romantic delusion and self-interest that quickly became a classic. Her next film, Mikey and Nicky, 1976, diverged sharply from traditional comedy, delivering an emotionally raw and improvisational crime drama starring Peter Falk and John Cassavetes. Though troubled in production and initially overlooked, the film is now widely regarded as a masterpiece. The myth and redemption of Ishtar, May's 1987 adventure comedy Ishtar became one of Hollywood's most notorious box office failures, its ballooning budget and polarized reviews turning it into a cautionary tale. But its reputation has shifted significantly over time. Modern critics view Ishtar as a sharp, inventive satire unfairly judged in its era. It stands as another example of May's willingness to take risks in pursuit of something original. A pen behind the scenes beyond her directing, May has made an immense impact as a screenwriter. Her contributions to films such as Heaven Can Wait, Tootsie, and Primary Colors highlight her gift for character-driven storytelling. Even when uncredited, her fingerprints are evident: crisp dialogue, moral complexity, and a knack for exposing the frailties beneath polished surfaces. Later honors and lasting legacy. Despite decades of industry hurdles, May's talent eventually received formal recognition. In 2019, she was awarded an honorary Academy Award, a long overdue acknowledgement of her influence on American film and comedy. Her legacy continues to grow as new generations discover her work and embrace the sharp, humane insights she brought to every project. Elaine May's career is a testament to creative courage. She pushed boundaries, defied expectations, and insisted on exploring the messiness that makes people funny, flawed, and real. Whether through her incisive comedy, her unconventional films, or her quietly transformative screenwriting, she remains one of the most compelling and essential voices in modern entertainment. Elaine May. Influence, legacy, and enduring impact. Elaine May's place in American entertainment is not merely that of a performer, comedian, or director. She is considered one of the most transformative comedic minds of the 20th century. Her work reshaped the tone of American humor, helped define modern character-driven comedy, and paved the way for a new generation of writers and directors who centered their stories around flawed, painfully human characters. A pioneer of modern comedy, May's comedic philosophy was rooted in truth. She believed that real human interactions, awkward, selfish, anxious, and contradictory, were richer sources of humor than traditional setups or punchlines. Her improvisations with Mike Nichols were built on psychological realism, leading many critics to later call the duo the first true masters of modern American improv comedy. Their style directly influenced the formation of the Second City, and by extension, future institutions like Saturday Night Live and the entire U.S. improv scene. Elaine May. A deeper look at the life and mind of a comic genius. Early life and the making of a performer. Elaine May was born Elaine Eva Berlin in 1932 in Philadelphia into a Yiddish-speaking, vaudeville-connected family. Her father was a comic actor in traveling theater troupes, and she spent part of her childhood on the road, absorbing rhythms of performance before she could read. This early immersion in show business shaped her natural instincts, timing, tone, and a deep understanding of how people behave when they're performing for one another. After her father died, May and her mother moved frequently, and she bounced between odd jobs and short-lived stints in school. She eventually joined the University of Chicago community, where her razor-sharp intelligence and fearlessness found a perfect playground. She audited classes, joined improv groups, and fell in with the group that would later form the Compass Players. The pre
Bye bye. Thank God. Thank for watching. Bye bye.